Thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego die the political. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not day off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, my yegun don't come. Oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo jojo. Mayegun la wa mo jojo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. Depends on the time you are watching this right now. So it is Mayegun Live, and it is actually the brunch time. You know, this afternoon or morning to you, okay, is going to be a moment where those of you who have a lot to say about the last 2 days, which we haven't really had time to take calls, right? So you will have that chance to say them this morning or afternoon. But before then, just wake everybody up. Tell them that my good today. Have you heard this? Tifnumbu's government is about to steal your pension. All of you paying pension, all of you that they have been deducting pension from, they are about to steal it. And I don't think there's a mean or any chance that that pension fund can be saved. But they are hiding it. And yes, Nigeria Naira continue to go back to where it was before the artificial, recovery. I was here, on top of my voice, on top of my lungs, right? It's a lie, artificial. You thought I was not patriotic. And yes, now the patriotic criminals have stolen billions of dollars in the name of defending the Naira. It's like the dollars have run out. Now they can't save the Naira. And yes, Naira may get to 2027 before you. That is the new drill. So much today, and sorry for the late start. Remember, the brunch time with Mayegun is like the appetizer for what is still to come later. And if you are busy this morning, you can just listen in. But if you have enough time to spare, engage with these charts. Pick up your phone and tell me what you think about the talk of alliance. Be civil, be a little bit kind of show some respect as well, but pour your mind. You know me, I can only pick up a call. I do not know what you have in mind. And most of the time, I would rather let you hone your view without me trying to kind of like short you. All right. So in this regard, the line is opened. Some of you have a lot to say about the ongoing constitutional, political, supposed crisis in Rivers State. You haven't had a chance to say your mind, yeah? Of course, you can have it this afternoon, and the line is also open for that. But why we kind of, we'll be delving into so many things, okay? But the primary one right now, let's start with this. The Nigeria Naira. You know something about the Abobakus that is so incredible. And for the good observers, they've come back with a diagnostic name. And it is like a mental disorder. And this is how you will know. When you meet an Agbadorian, a bastard, a bad idiot, even if it's just the old Buhari idiots, the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins and co., the unity beggars, those who are quick to throw the word like, let us be united, let us pray, let us come together, let us this and that and all that nonsense like that. There is something that is so common among them that will make you realize that they are suffering from a mental disorder that makes them very dangerous. You have them as member of your families and the rest of them and uncurable. I kind of will feel sorry for you. I'm not saying I don't have them in my family because I have a very big family, very, very big. There's possibility that there are those who are suffering from this mental disorder of APC, Egbekegbe, in my family, but I'm not proud of them. And that's why I'm kind of speaking out too, okay? Now, here is how you understand or kind of acknowledge them or identify them, rather. When Bokwari, for example, okay? When Bokwari said, we have removed the subsidy. Start with that. That one is popular. So we've removed subsidy, and that is why the Nigeria, the price for petroleum was going to go up from 67 naira or 87 naira to 100 and something naira. Say, yeah, remove it. It's long overdue. Yeah. Then they continue paying that too. And people were like, okay, you've removed the subsidy. What happened to the refineries? Oh, we are working on the refinery and the refineries are going to be delivered before the end of 2016. Despite there was no sign of anything going on and people pointing them out, right? The Buhari idiots at the time, they were easy to throw that at you. By the time the refinery starts working now, the price of petroleum is going to come down. Then fast forward to when Tifnumbu came on. Now, few ones happens now. They are so recent. So you'll be able to relate with some of this, okay? So Tifnumbu came in and he said subsidy was gone. They said, yay, it should be. But what is going to replace that? According to them, Tifnumbu must be working on something. They must be working on something that is going to bring the ease. They know him very well. Then, when months passed and nothing was coming and they are dying, they started screaming, Ebing power, and yell, left, right, and center. But if you now kind of tell them, this is the consequence of what you wished for yourselves, that is kind of like on every one of us today, they're not really remorseful. Okay? They just want you to possibly maybe just help them that moment. But that doesn't change the fact that they still hope, right? Like they did under Boko Haram, they still hope that what they expected from these rogues, when there is actually nothing to show for it to possibly still come to pass. Tifnumbu and his gang, they said they were cutting down expenses of governance. Yay! That will help the government to save money. Then Tifnumbu announced the biggest cabinet ever, 48 ministers and more than 10,000 political appointees. Beating, and then you ask them, look at this. This is contrary to what this guy said he was doing. They have nothing to say. Okay? And most of the time, you will realize that their regret, whenever you see any of them complaining or anything, their regret is not because they wanted Tifnumbu in the first place. So most of their regret is the fact that what they expected in return, they are not getting it. But if you present better people than Tifnumbu, they will do it again. And if you bring worse people than Tifnumbu, they will follow them again and again and again. So these are signs of a mental disorder to me. Because, if you deceive me once, it's understandable. Listen, I understand the fact that there is an evidence that majority did not vote for Tifnumbu. I am not naive of that. Okay? I am just pointing out those who have made it easier for the likes of Tifnumbu and gang, not just Tifnumbu, even across the entire 36 states of Nigeria as we speak. These are those who are suffering from this mental disorder. They will do it again and again and again until the silent majority. There is this powerful blog called The Silent Majority, until they find their common ground to overwhelm the base of mentally deranged people that continues to push these criminals on us. So the issue at hand now is that Nigeria is bankrupt. Okay? And the people bankrupting Nigeria, they do not see it that way. As you are watching this, they are preparing a speech for Tifnumbu that is going to read to you in about 2 weeks' time, where he's going to tell you how he has changed your lives. They will lie to your face. Like, what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? We said that Tifnumbu has stabilized the Naira. Tifnumbu has improved the economy. Investors are falling over in Nigeria. He's saying it. So yeah, what are you going to do about it if it's a lie? And that is the danger. Because that lie is what some people are willing to die and kill for. And that makes them dangerous. So as we speak, as you are watching this broadcast, Tifnumbu and gang, they have managed. Look at me very well. How many times have I told you that some of you who have businesses, you are going to lose those businesses? Some of you are already struggling. Yeah, you are already struggling with your business. So if you are the type who doesn't care about politics, or you take it with levity, or you are among those who would rather be politically correct, see no evil, say no evil. You see all those businesses you are still seeing, They are going, and what they are going to tell you is that once your own business die, another business will pop up. But how many of such businesses are popping up in reality? So what is happening here is that their policies will continue to take everything away from you until you do something, until you see this whole thing beyond tribe, ethnic, religion, and even class. Because what is set upon you, I may not be an economist, I may not be a scientist, but I am a human that has brain, that can easily look through the actions of people than what they say. They have pinned and pegged Nigeria on the perpetuity of indebtedness, which also brings with it generational poverty. A lot of you who are striving, who are kind of thriving right now or doing everything right now to stay afloat, they will take it from you. I have said this many months ago. It's not because I wish it on you. You see that job that you still have right now, they're going to take it from you. Yes, they will. And the way they will do it is simply because all these guys know they are like tax masters, pickpockets with no plan. Okay? Pickpockets with no plans will never stop until they are stopped. And let me tell you this again. To those of you, the Abobakus, I know that in real life, many of you are real victims of all of this. Most of you, if people see you in real life, they can actually see the textbook definition of a failed country, failed government. You are living it. And so many of you have serious hatred towards anybody living better than you. So if all of us are going to be poor, if the government is failing, how come you are still feeding your family? Even me that cannot afford so and so, I am not complaining. How about you? You have car, you have a house, you are complaining. Me that have nothing. I am still supporting the government because I believe the government will do the better thing. I just know the government will do everything right. But because all of you, there are some of you, you cannot even explain how you make your money. Are you not sensing that? Some of you watching me from Nigeria, can you not smell that? That this is the level of hatred towards you by those who don't really know you. Because everybody should be complaining, Abi. But those who are mostly affected, those you can see the hand of APC on them, the hand of PDP on them, and every other criminal government criminal government across Nigeria. You can see the evidence of deprivation caused by the corruption of these guys. But let me tell you, I stand with, because they want you to become them. Yes, they want you. A lot of you have a lot to lose, but you have allowed yourselves to be carried away by their politics of a tribal, ethnic, religion, and other sundries. Why slowly and slowly they are depleting you, whether you are APC, whether you are PDP, whether you are even none of them. You are existing in a system that is daily being so depleted, mismanaged, and you are the evidence of that mismanagement. Hyperinflation is taking everything away from you, even those of you who are living abroad. Have you not noticed? Exchange rate is going up. You're happy. But when you take a look at your bill now, can you not tell the damages this has done to you too? I can tell. I can tell you how much this takes from me too. Normally, I should be so ignorant and maybe foolish to think Naira can go up to 5,000 Naira to $1. It's just going to give me more money. Is that really true? Is that actually true? Have you really checked your monthly expenses now? Especially those of you who are really, who have invested so much in this black tax. Have you? Or you still want to pretend to be economically ignorant? So those of you who are in Nigeria, there are those that they have taken everything from. The only thing they have left is just their breath. Just the breath. But you have a lot to lose. You have this small business you are trying to grow, or you have this long-time business you have been struggling to keep afloat, right? You are cutting costs. Now, if things don't change very soon, that business is going to become history. Are you not worried? Are you not worried that the criminals who are doing all of this are not sparing anybody? They are not. They went borrowing. They said, let's go sorrowing so that let's go borrowing and go sorrowing. I was here, I've been shouting. I'm not an economist, but I could tell you just by reading and looking at what these guys are doing. So I can tell you it's going to get worse, but I can't tell you how worse. It's not a wish. It is just calling your attention. It's like screaming for help to say, pay attention to what these guys are doing. Please pay attention, not what they are saying. Because if you waste your time on what they are saying, remember these guys are, superb con artists. They will take everything. In 2018, Emefiole and Bokwari, they plotted to take money from the pension fund. Remember that Nigeria is so indebted today that 98 Naira out of 100 Naira that Nigeria make is being spent in servicing debt. Do you know what that means? It simply means that you can't do anything except you borrow money or you print it. Doing both simply means interest rates will go up and inflation and possibly hyperinflation. What does that mean? Businesses will be losing money on a running cost. Taxes will be increased. And the more the taxes, the more the businesses will struggle. Okay? So even in a space of, in times of depression, when this happens, you expect that there's going to be a short time, a time of mopping up, where people are going to lose a lot. But there's also going to be a time of recovery, which means if they tax you more, they make more money here or there, cut down on their borrowing, reduce their debts. And within a short time, there will be a time of recovery. Nigeria has no time of recovery. In 2018, in fact, in 2017, they attempted to take money and steal money from dead people. They were looking for dormant accounts that has not been in operation, accounts that have not been operated, that's not been operated for years. Dormant account, believing that the owners are dead. They mop all of that out. They kind of came up with a statistic, and they said there was over 8 trillion Naira in dormant accounts in Nigeria. Some of these accounts are at the accounts of some of you who left Nigeria and never used them again. I left 18,000 Naira in my own bank account in Nigeria, Zenith Bank in Nigeria. That was that would be like about 12 years ago. I don't know the account number anymore. I don't know the name of the bank that is now in charge of the account. My 18,000 Naira is gone. I don't know who took it. The bank, the government. But in 2017, I remember Emefiole talking about it, that the money is just sitting there and the banks are the ones who are enjoying it. Nigeria should go and borrow it. I don't know if they did eventually, but I remember it's coming up then. I also remember when they suggested that there was over 17 trillion Naira in Nigeria pension fund, that Nigeria could borrow the money and issue bond to pensioners. Borrow the money for what? They wanted to use the money for infrastructures. Somehow, People were able to raise alarm. Emefiele couldn't do it. Cardo is here today. In the name of defending the Nigerian Naira, they were arresting BDCs. Okay? Then they reissued licenses to them. Then they went borrowing, where they took more than $4 billion on loan. Then they went into Nigerian Foreign Reserve. They took another 2.3 billion. All of this, in fact, hang on, the first 4 billion, they said they were defending Naira. What were they doing? Artificially. They were issuing dollars out so that they can create liquidity. The liquidity that is not coming from any sales made by Nigeria. The forex was not earned